Oh, but look at the difference. So you're too stiff. Anyway, you've got your eyes closed in two of them.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. They're going to have to find out what I'm like sooner or later. You expecting visitors?
No? Oh, hi.
Hi, Michael. Can I come in?
Yeah.
I'm really glad I caught you both together. I've got a few things I want to tell you.
Why? Is something wrong?
Well, yes and no. I think it's about time I came clean with my friends. I'd rather you heard it from me. And if you don't want to know me, I'll understand.
What's the matter, Julie?
Well, number one, you're looking at a thief.
It's lovely to see you again.
Good to see you, too.
And oh, will you excuse me, Maureen?
Yeah.
I don't want to have cake and ice cream at Mrs. Harrison's.
Oh, dear, well, then why don't I shout you an ice cream now?
Terrific. I'll go see what flavours they've got.
All right.
How about some coffee?
Oh, no, thank you. If I have any more, it'll be coming out my ears. I've just been catching up on old times with young Maureen. She used to work here when Peter Beckett and I owned the place.
Oh, yes, she has mentioned you on the odd occasion. She also told me something about a rather troublesome neighbour you had.
Oh, yes, Mr. Baggett.
That's him.
Yes, Peter and I didn't agree on many things, but Mr. Baggett, well, need I say more?
Sounds a very difficult man.
To put it mildly, yes. Bruce was singing your praises this morning.
Oh.
Yes, he was telling me how wonderfully you held your family together after that terrible accident. And I can see that Artie is in good hands, and I couldn't feel happier.
His Bond's a little kid.
He certainly is.
Mind you, it's a bit hard keeping him and Sarah in check. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Well, you look pretty healthy to me.
I've got troubles with my blood pressure. I've been thinking of getting some more help around the house. I've become pretty friendly with Dorothy Harrison. That's little Cheryl's grandmother. And she said she wouldn't mind doing some ironing.
Oh, that's a good idea.
The only thing that's stopping me is the boy. He hates Cheryl so much. It'd be one tantrum after another. Mind you, it would be nice having Dorothy around the place.
Oh, I think you might be underestimating the boy just a little, Rex. Oh, hello. What flavour have we got there?
Chocolate.
You'll have to excuse me. I've got to go and pay the staff.
Right, Rex. Tell me why you don't like the Harrison family.
That's a Cheryl.
Well, I think that's rather a silly attitude, don't you?
Why?
Artie, your grandfather was a very lonely man, and Mrs. Harrison has made him feel a lot happier. But you're not helping things by behaving the way you are about Cheryl. And he's done a lot for you, and I think you should be grateful.
I am. But I can't stand Cheryl.
Yeah. Well, I thought that perhaps that you'd grown up quite a lot, but yeah. I can see that I was wrong.
When you're ready, ready to go. Taste the true flavor. Ovaltine is ready to go. Yeah. So do yourself a flavor. So do yourself a flavor.
Do yourself a flavour. Get new Ovaltine ready to go. Real natural goodness and that unreal Ovaltine taste.
Ovaltine is ready to go. Yeah. So do yourself a flavor.
When your muffler snuffs it, take it to Midas. At Midas we've mufflers for almost every car, and we fit them free. You don't go to the butcher when you want bread, so why go to a petrol station for a muffler? See us, because all Midas shops are exhaust system experts. When you get a quote from us, it's a fixed price. And ask us about our 2-year guarantee. It really covers you.
When your muffler snuffs it, take it to Midas.
Well, I tried ringing you before. There's no answer, so I thought I'd just come round in case you popped out for a moment.
I went for a job interview.
Oh, did you get it?
Yeah.
Well, don't hold out on me. What is it when you start? What are you doing?
Well, it's on the other side of the city, and it's going to take me an hour and a half to get there every day, and I'm a member of a typing pool. I'll be typing invoices all day.
Sounds awful.
Well, at least it's a job, Wendy. And after what I've done, I don't really deserve anything better.
That's what I come round to see you about, see? After you left, Michael and me talked things over, and we come to the conclusion that it took a lot of guts tying up to what you'd done. I still couldn't believe it myself. I mean, you're such a nice girl, and nice girls don't go around pinching money. Anyway, you're trying to make up for what you've done, and if it means anything to you, we'd still like to be friends.
Oh, Wendy. You don't know how important it is to me to hear you say that. When I finally woke up to myself, I realised that all the people I've been pushing away were the ones I really cared about.
Don't let the tears fool you. She turns them on at the drop of a hat.
Bernie! Can't you see she's upset? Anyone will be after what Julie's been through today.
Oh, she told you, did she? Oh, well, guess it's better than hearing it from me.
Oh, Julie.
Oh, he's right, Wendy. But I'm going to change. I promise.
Hello? Is that you, Mrs. Harrison? It's Artie here. I've just rung up to tell you I'm looking forward to having cake and ice cream with you and Cheryl after the dance exhibition tomorrow. That's okay. Bye-bye. I'm sorry I said those things about Mrs. Harrison. She's a nice lady and she can't help if she's related to Cheryl.
Apology accepted. Now, you better go and hang this tux up in your room, otherwise it's liable to get creased.
Oh, you better get some cream if you're having strawberries.
Oh, yeah. What about cheese? Is there any in the fridge?
Not much. You better get some more. Hey, Charmaine's going to be really pleased when she gets home and finds out she doesn't have to cook tea.
Oh, it's the least I can do. Look, I better get going before the shops close.
Well, I'll cut the veggies.
Are you sure you won't stay?
Oh, no, thanks all the same. I've got to get home.
Okay, I won't be long.
Okay. I'm really mad at you, Bernie. You've got no right to treat Julie that way. Anyone would think you've never made a mistake in your life. Haven't you ever heard of forgive and forget?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, you of all people should know what it means. Or have you forgotten all the rotten things you've done to people like slashing Marilyn's tyres or punching Jordan and attacking Neil? Oh, yeah. They're things you ought to be really proud of.
Look, it's not the same.
Why not?
Well, Julie and me are different. She's always had everything she wanted. She's had it easy. Not like me. Well, she ought to be able to be, I don't know, better.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Julie is trying to make up for something she's done. And I reckon if you keep on being nasty to her, it'll be you that ends up without any friends, not her.
No, young lady. I'm inquiring about the position advertised in this morning's newspaper by your company. Of course, I'm sure I've got the right number. Please connect me with someone in a more responsible position, eh? There's no need to take that tone with me. Oh, excuse me a moment. Oh, come here. Now, where were we? She's hung up.
She?
Huh, nobody does that to me.
Don't worry, Mr. Williams. Your secret's safe with me.
What secret?
Whoever your girlfriend is. Look, I won't breathe a word.
Girlfriend?
I mean, if you're some Sheila, that's your business.
You young pup. I was talking to some dim-witted secretary about a new job.
What happened to your cleaning job at the school?
Dr. Russell informed me earlier that it's too strenuous for me. Not that he'd know.
Much. Look, you should treat it as a new challenge.
I'm trying to do just that. But my age seems to be a problem. And I've got too much pride to be hanging on the phone talking to dimwits.
Well, it's easier that way than fronting them in person. You know, I reckon I've been to every sports store in town looking for work.
Did you try that little one in the mall I told you about? Tony Pangilli's a nice bloke.
Yeah, but he's selling out. Oh, an agent was putting a sign on the window when I fronted. Oh, I suppose I can try the new owner.
It takes months to sell a business.
Yeah? Oh, there goes my last hope. And I blame you for it.
For what?
For giving me the idea in the first place.
Oh, don't expect me to hold your hand. I've got enough problems of my own.
Oh, so I was right about your girlfriend then.
As a matter of fact, yes, you were right about my girlfriend. It shut you up, didn't it, huh? I'm taking Mrs. Harrison bowling tomorrow.
Oh, you're a fast worker, Mr. Williams. I didn't know you were a bowler.
There's a lot of things you don't know about me, laddie.
Oh, that's really romantic. I can see it now, midnight. You sneak up to Mrs. Harrison's window with the ladder. Down she comes with the suitcases. Then the two of you are off into
I'm going to cut these reading lessons out if it has this effect on your imagination. Go and get the books.
You could have cancelled lunch, you know. I would have understood. I haven't been much company, have I?
You won't be doing Neil any favours by letting yourself be dragged down. I went to visit him yesterday in prison. He's keeping up a brave front, but I can tell he's almost given up hope. There has to be some way I can help him, Anne. Well, what can you do? It's up to his solicitor now, isn't it? I have an appointment with Mr. Maynard this afternoon.
Mind if I join you? I'm waiting for a friend and he's a little late.
I'm sorry, Anne.
Claire?
Maggie was a public-minded citizen who set the police onto Neil and had his bail cancelled.
Out of self-protection, I can assure you, Anne. I was on my way to Melbourne, and so was Neil. A coincidence? Well, I wasn't prepared to take the chance of becoming his second victim.
Neil didn't murder Gary, and you know it.
Darling, your boyfriend hasn't got a chance. Why don't you cut your losses? If younger men are still your thing, I can introduce you to some pretty interesting possibilities.
You're letting an innocent man go to jail for 20 years, and you don't give a damn, do you, Maggie? It's only somebody as despicable as you who could do that.
Careful, Claire. Anne may be your friend, but she's also a witness.
I think you're the killer, Maggie, and I'm going to prove it.
And just how are you going to do that?
Oh, why can't you leave her alone?
Oh, give me credit, Anne. I'm being charitable. After what she just said to me, I could sue her for defamation of character.
Excuse me, please.
Look, I admit I've been waiting for a long time to get my own back on Claire. Her boyfriend did the job for me. I am more than satisfied. But if she continues to make stupid accusations, I'll take legal action with the greatest of pleasure.
Well, am I getting any better at it? Doesn't feel like it.
You're going through a slow patch. That's natural. Stick with it.
Don't let me disturb you.
You didn't. We're finished.
Hold your horses, young lady. Aren't you going to tell us how the exam went?
Well, we don't get the results for weeks.
Oh, well aware of that, but you must have some idea how you went.
Well, if you really want to know, it was a disaster.
Well, it can't have been as bad as all that.
Granddad, I couldn't even finish most of the questions.
Well, I'm not going to blame you, Sarah, however it turns out. You've had a rough year. Any ground you've lost can be made up next year.
Sure.
As far as I'm concerned, you're not in any trouble. Now, I've got dinner in the oven. I've got to go out for an hour or so. Got to meet Mrs. Harrison at the bowling club.
Oh, I thought you weren't bowling until tomorrow.
Well, she's organizing some gear for me, and I've got to buy a set of bowls. Hoo-ha, I suppose, but it's rules.
Hi!
Roller skates.
What's wrong with roller skates? What's the matter, Sarah? You look miserable.
Don't worry her, Wendy. She thinks she's failed her exams.
I know I failed. Granddad wants me to go back to school next year.
So what's wrong with that?
Makes sense to me. I don't want to go back. Oh, what's the use? If only Granddad wasn't so old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned? You want to get your head straight, Sarah. Fair dinkum. I mean, you get spoon-fed all your life and you take so much for granted. Ask me. Ask me what it's like to be without an education.
Yeah, well, it's different for you,
No,
Adam.
it isn't. Now, if you want to chuck in school because you know where you're going and you don't need school to get there, fine. But if all you're doing is running away because it's a bit tough, well, you're making a big mistake.
And who asked you for your opinion?
No one. No one ever did.
Do you want to have a go at me too? No, I'm on your side. Oh, well, I'm glad someone is. Hey, and don't worry, I think I can work out a way to convince your grandfather you don't have to go back to school next year. I'll tell you about it tomorrow while he's at bowls.
Take me away, lovely lady. Oh, yes, yes, take me away from all of this.
Take me away, officer, kind sir. There's nothing much back home I'm gonna miss. Take me away. Please, 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 beyond all. Take
When you're riding in the back seat of a car, make sure you wear your seatbelt. Traveling in the back seat is not as safe as you might think. In most crashes, or even sudden braking, you'll be thrown out of your seat if you're not wearing your seatbelt. You could hit the back of the front seat, the doors, the roof, other passengers, or even be thrown out. So buckle up in the back seat, even on short trips. You'll be a lot safer.
We've made shopping fun again at Westfield Shopping Town.
The grand opening sale at Westfield Shopping Town Doncaster celebrates the completion of massive new extensions. There are now 160 stores at Doncaster, and at every one of them you can enter a contest to win this luxurious automatic Volvo from Whitehorse Motors Volvo and this camper van from Burke Crosby Jaco. Westfield's now #1 for shopping in Australia, and the grand opening sale is on now.
When you're ready, ready to go. Taste the true flavor. Ovaltine is ready to go. Yeah. So do yourself a flavor. So do yourself a flavor.
Do yourself a flavour. Get new Ovaltine ready to go. Real natural goodness and that unreal Ovaltine taste.
Ovaltine is ready to go. Yeah. So do yourself a flavor.
Ah, I'll order in a moment, but just now I'd appreciate a long, cool glass of water.
Can I carry your bowling balls, mister?
Enough of your lip, thank you.
Well, I thought you were fit.
Well, the bowling was no problem. But I think I aged 10 years when Dorothy was trying to reverse out of the car park. Oh, thank you.
That's the new go, is it? Bowling.
What is that supposed to imply?
Well, just that yesterday you were checking out the classifieds, and here you are today, respectably retired.
Retired? I'll have you know there's a big difference between a hobby and an occupation.
Well, what are you going to do?
I'm still thinking about it.
Well, I'll leave it to you. I promised Charmaine that I'd zip over to the wholesalers and pick up an order for her. I'll see you, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Sarah.
Wendy, maybe we should just forget the whole idea.
It's too late to back out now. I asked you what you wanted to be, and you said a hairdresser.
I said I thought I wanted to be a hairdresser.
Well, do you or don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Well, what are you arguing about?
Suppose Grandad doesn't like it.
Of course he'll like it. He'll see how terrific you are, and then you ask him if you can leave school to do it professionally.
Well, what if he's in a bad mood?
He's always in a very good mood after he's been out with Mrs. Harrison, and you know that. Now, get on with it.
Wendy?
What now?
I'm nervous. Suppose I mess it up.
You're not cutting my hair. You're just giving me a permanent wave. You've done that before.
Yeah, but not with this brand, I haven't.
Just read the instructions on the label and hurry up.
What, you're still here?
Is there a law against it?
No, it's just that I thought you'd be at home having a nap after all that exercise.
Sit down. Do you know you can't play this game unless you've got all the proper gear?
Yeah, well, everybody knows that.
You know how much it costs? A small fortune. Got on my wick a bit until I put myself in the bloke's place.
Well, whose place?
The bloke who runs the sports store. He made a small fortune. Do you get my drift?
No.
You're not thinking, Adam. It occurred to me that a sports store could be a very good business to run. A small one, like the one for sale in the mall. So I checked on the price.
Well, it probably cost a bit.
No bargain. But I could manage the price if I mortgaged the house. But I don't know.
But it's a good business, Mr. Williams. I mean, the only reason he's selling out is because he wants to retire.
A lot of heavy work involved, freighting, unpacking. I don't think I could manage by myself.
Well, hire an assistant.
I thought of that too, but I can't think of anybody I'd want.
Listen, if you think that I'm going to crawl to you for a job, you can stick it.
Don't get your dander up. I was only having some fun with you. Of course the job's yours. You're the reason I thought of a sports store in the first place.
Oh, hang on. Well, you're not just doing this for me.
Can't be ridiculous. It's a business to keep me occupied and make a profit, and there's a job in it for you. So we're all happy.
You're quite a guy, Mr. Williams.
Guy is American. I'm a good bloke.
You know what I think's sad? It's Peter Beckett and Miss Mackenzie. Now, they've always been so close, that's what Dr. Russell says, although they never admit it, and they never even talk to each other. And they haven't seen each other for so long, and they're still not talking to each other. Although, mind you, from what I've heard, they've always been like that. Sarah, are you listening to me?
Yeah, it's finished.
Oh, good. Well, show me the mirror. Well, hurry up.
Sarah! I'm sorry.
Years before Christ, man discovered the natural beauty of glass. So pure, it can never contaminate the natural taste of the good things it protects. From the moment they're encased to the moment you taste their pure, natural goodness. Made from the purest sand, one of the few virtually inexhaustible natural resources. Glass remains free of any tainting taste, no matter how long you store it. So the good things that come in glass come just as their maker intended.
John and Shane, identical twins. Same skin, same sun exposure. The only difference is that John took Orobronze. Paul and Ron, identical twins. Same skin, same sun exposure. Paul took Orobronze. Carol and Anne, identical twins. Same skin, same sun exposure. Carol proved that Orobronze gives a deeper, darker tan. These 10 identical twins prove Orobronze gives a deeper, darker tan. Take Orobronze and spend less time in the sun.
What's it take to make us smile all over that refreshing taste of Coca-Cola? Have a Coke and a smile. A Coke has an ice cold Coca-Cola. Have a Coke and a smile. Have a nice cold Coca-Cola. Have a Coke and a smile. Have a Coke and a smile.
Nowhere in the world is the perfect shave under closer scrutiny than when on parade. Filler Shave's unique double action grips, lifts and holds, then cuts with military precision.
Discovered the Philly shave, haven't we, Jones?
Filler Shave's unique double action for the shave that stands inspection. It beats the old fag paper trick every time. Phillips, we want you to have the best.
Did it work? See for yourself. What am I going to do? Never mind you. What am I going to do? Well, I told you I was worried. Well, look, it's okay. I'm not blaming you. Look, Granddad will be home any minute. What's he going to say when he looks at your hair?
What on earth? What have you girls been up to?
Well, you see, Mr. Williams...
It's my fault, Granddad. You see, I tried to fix Wendy's hair and it all went wrong.
I'd never have guessed.
I'm sorry, Granddad.
See, you don't know the full story, Mr. Williams. I talked Sarah, we knew it.
You're as bad as one another.
See, Sarah wants to prove to you that she doesn't have to go back to school next year.
Doesn't have to go back.
Sarah wants to be a hairdresser, and she's good at it. Well, most of the time. But she wanted to prove that she could handle it. You see, and I did talk her into it, honest.
Go and get some clothes on. Get yourself to a decent hairdresser and get that straightened. I'll pay for it.
Oh, Mr. Williams,
Just do it. Wendy, I hadn't considered the thought of Sarah leaving school early, and I don't like it. Don't interfere from now on.
Thanks for agreeing to see me.
Well, I must say I was rather surprised when Mr. Maynard telephoned me.
Well, you're Claire's friend. I need your help.
Well, go on.
Well, I saw Claire yesterday afternoon. She spoke to Jack Maynard 2 hours ago. We're both concerned she isn't handling things too well.
Yes, well, I had lunch with her, and I must say I agree with you.
Why? What did she say?
Well, it doesn't matter. Just say that you made the point, and I agree with it.
Oh, you're not getting away with that, Anne. You've got to tell me.
Well, we ran into Maggie, who provoked Claire into making accusations. I'm sure you get the picture.
Accusations? Or that Maggie was the killer?
Yes.
What do you think? No, unfair question. Considering the evidence, you probably think I did it.
I didn't say that.
Well, I didn't ask you here for sympathy, Anne. It's for Claire. She needs a friend. Maggie's obviously determined to drive her until she snaps. I'm asking you to look after her.
Well, I can't, Neil. I've promised Robin that I'll join her in Adelaide, and I can't go back on that.
No.
I'll see what I can do until I go. Sorry, I can't promise anything more than that.
No, it's more than I have the right to expect. Thank you.
Neil, just for the record, I don't think you're guilty.
Come in, come in.
Oh, you haven't changed your mind, have you?
Of course I haven't changed my mind.
Well, then what's wrong?
Problems with Sarah. Sit down, I'll tell you about the sports store.
Sarah's okay, isn't she?
She tried to convince me she could be a hairdresser. She turned Wendy into a haystack. You can laugh. I'm the one who's got to pay for the damage.
I can't understand it. I saw her do Julie's hair over at the bakehouse. Looked good.
Don't you start. I had my heart set on that girl finishing her education.
No one agrees with you more than I do, Mr. Williams. I mean, the question is, what's education? If Sarah's going to be a hairdresser one day, well, she's the right age to be apprentice, right?
She's still got a year of school to do.
School takes all shapes. Now, the reading lessons you've been giving me, same thing. It's all there to prepare you for life. That's what you told me.
Are you trying to tell me another year of school won't do Sarah any good?
Well, perhaps. Perhaps not.
I'll go and get those figures.
You don't know me. My name is Claire Moran. I wonder if I could come over and ask you a few questions regarding Gary Fisher. No, I'm not a journalist. I have a personal interest in the case. Yes, I realize you've told the police everything you know, but you live next door to Gary. You must have seen something that afternoon. No, please don't.
What do you want? I'm worried about you, Claire, and I've come to help.
Get out.
Temper, temper. You don't have too many friends at the moment, darling. The ones you've got you should be more appreciative of.
I'll find the evidence against you, Maggie. I don't care how long it takes.
My, big words. I just popped in to give you a little courage. You look as if you could use it.
Get out.
Yeah. Hungry?
Yes, thanks.
So, you're speaking to me this morning.
I wasn't sulking, Grandad.
Just feeling sorry for yourself, huh? Well, you can stop that. Wendy's hair's turned out all right, so no one needs to feel guilty. It's time you and I understood one another. You know how much your mum and dad want you to finish school.
Look, Grandad, I'll continue school next year. I'm sorry I made so much trouble about it.
Hold your horses. You've got to give me a bit of leeway, too. It's not easy for an old codger like me to bring up a young lady. Decisions aren't easy. So I'm prepared to make a deal with you. You've got the whole summer ahead of you. That's plenty of time for you to find an apprenticeship in a salon. If you can find one and keep it, then it's all right with me.
Oh, Grandad!
If it doesn't work out, mind, you go back and finish school.
It's a deal.
I'm not so bad when I say yes.